Right then guys, Lambretta Vlog Time. I've been messing about with the scooter again. Fucking hell, what was that? That were loud. I've actually fixed the bloody horn once and for all. So I'm hoping anyway. I went and bought another horn. I ordered it online. It came from China actually, looking at the packaging. It didn't say it was from China when I bought it, which was a little bit annoying, but anyway. I bought a new one anyway. It was another 50cc sort of scooter horn. 12 volt obviously. It was only I think £3 or £3.50 maybe, including postage, which isn't bad if it's coming all the way from China. And the one that I bought is actually 105 decibels. I don't know if you can hear it, but this is it. I don't know if you can hear that with the engine, but anyway. So it works now. I actually replaced the little wiring loom thing that I'd made for it, because I made one myself. I just used some like old bits of I think, to be honest, it was speaker wire that I used, because it's two wires together, it's speaker wire, so I just used any wires, and it was just a little bit dodgy, and as I was looking at it, like I'd crimped the little spade end connector things on, but I hadn't done a really good job. So I just remade another one. I actually used this time a bit of electrical flex from, well, I think I just had it spare in the garage. I think it was from a lamp or something. Quite a long bit of flex, and it only had two wires in, like dual core, do they call that? And there were much thicker wires and better wires all around, and there were also, because it was electrical flex, they were in a proper sheath, you know what I mean, in a proper outer. So I did that, and let's see, put some other connectors on and stuff and made sure it was connected up properly, as you do. Cool. Yeah, so I made sure I did a really good job with putting the connectors on and all that shit, wired it all up. I actually made a new earth for it as well, and earthed it to up into the headset top where everything else is earthed, and it seems to be alright, to be fair. It's worked out pretty good. But after I took the other one off, I sort of tested it, because I thought it was the other horn that was dodgy, but I tested it just directly onto the battery, just held the wires on, and it was loud and clear. So I don't know, I think it was just a case of it being, like I say, dodgy connections and not earthed properly. But in theory now, because I've got two horns, I could put them both on. I mean, that other one was 85 decibels, this one's 105, so by my reckoning, which could very well be wrong, that'd leave me with 190 decibels for a Lambretta horn, which is crazy loud. I'm sure you'll agree. So that's done. That were good. So I'm, you know, pretty pleased with that, because it's been a bit of an ongoing headache for me. Is that we're getting it working, and then come to it the next day, and it'd be off again, and on and off, and dodginess. So that's good. It's reassuring to know you've got a proper horn on your scooter. But that's all I've really been doing with it. I've obviously been out just pottering about, but I haven't made any changes to anything. Everything's just, it is what it is. From my last vid, if you've seen it, you might remember I was on about pissing about with the jetting and stuff, but thanks to, I can't remember who commented, but thanks a lot for your advice. Sort of basically advised me against it, and there's quite a big message on the other vid if you want to go and have a quick look at it, and it's all really sensible advice and information. So basically I just haven't done anything with it. I'm just riding it as it is, and obviously with the nature of two strokes, they run better some days than they do other days, if it's hot, if it's wet, and yada yada, as I'm sure you're well aware by now. So now I'm just going to sort of live with it, because at the end of the day it is a Lambretta. You know, it's not a sports bike, it's not a performance bike. It's nice to get what you can out of it, as much, you know, as much speed and torque and power as you can sort of get out of it, but there is a limit, you know, there is a line that you sort of can never get past. So, all that being said, I've just sort of decided to just carry on, live with it as it is. It's a great scooter at the end of the day. I think it's because when you sort of put new stuff on and you put, if you've done it before yourselves, you put a bigger kit on stuff, and let's fuck these off. You know, you put a bigger barrel on, and you notice a massive change, and then you sort of get used to it. And like when I put this exhaust on, it was just transformed it again, and you think, God, that's it. It's as fast as I ever want it to be, and you just get used to it, and you're just constantly chasing more and more power. As I'm sure a lot of you out there will understand. It's just the nature of motorcycling, I guess. You want the best performance you can get, don't you? So always striving to be that little bit better, but as I said, there's a line, and you have to get the balance right between power and performance and reliability. And I'd rather have a completely standard Lambretta that was reliable than anything that was tuned that was temperamental, you know, because it's a Lambretta. So I've sort of come to my senses with it, and I'm going to sort of live with it as it is. If anything, I might change in the future. I might alter the gearing and put a bigger sprocket on the front. I've already gone one oversize, you know, I'm one size above standard on the front sprocket, but put an extra tooth on it, you'll get more top end speed, which is what I like. And as I say, there's loads of torque and stuff, so I don't think you'd have a problem pulling an extra tooth. But that's just it. Again, it's just, I always go off on one and just think of other stuff to do, but anyway, that's all I can do. So yeah, that's about it really. That's all I've been doing. I've fixed the horn. Not really much more I can update you with. I bought a new vice for the garage, because the one I had in there before was like a really little, like a jeweller's vice. If anything, it was really tiny. You couldn't do anything realistic with it. And as it goes, I went to the Working Men's Club the other night, and there's a classic car club that meets at the Working Men's Club on Mondays, or every other Monday or something. And they were having a bit of a charity auction, or like a little fundraiser auction. And I had a little look around to see what was on offer. There was quite a lot of shit that you wouldn't want, but there was just a really big old vice. Big heavy thing. Must be a 5-inch jaws on it, or whatever, however you rate vices, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's a really big one. So I bid for that in the auction, and I got that for a tenner, which I was really pleased about. So I've got that in the garage. You know, like a proper big one that you can really clamp stuff in and twat it with a big hammer, and it won't slip, and it won't destroy the vice, which is what I was at risk of doing before. So that's it. Oh yeah, one other thing that I'll just mention on a completely unrelated subject. I went to the bingo the other night. It's actually the second time I've been to the bingo in my life. I don't know if you guys have been, or if you'll be interested, but I thought it was quite good. The first time I ever went, which was a couple of weeks ago, I went with my girlfriend, and she won 150 quid on for getting a house at the bingo, so that was really ace. So we went back last week on Sunday, and my luck was in this time, because I actually won 500 quid at the bingo. I could not believe it. It's like they're just giving money away at the bingo. So that was it. That was for a full house. I won 500 bloody billy goats. So I was pleased with that. Always nice to have a little bit of a windfall like that. I'm sure you'll agree. It's all spent now, and I didn't buy anything decent. I was half thinking, as soon as I got it, as soon as I won it, I had thoughts of, oh shit, I can buy a new barrel and piston and stuff, and just think, well, I've already got a decent one on this. It all just flashed through my mind. Thought I could buy a TS1 engine, I could buy this, could buy that, buy a disc brake, buy this, and you know, I didn't in the end. I ended up just sort of splitting it with my girlfriend and pissing a lot of it up against the wall, as you do. So yeah, so I thought I'd just mention that. So if anyone's thinking of going to the bingo, get your sends off. You'll have a right laugh if you win. Anyway, it's turning into bingo vlog time, so I'll leave it at that for now. So thanks for watching as usual. Leave a comment and what have you. Give it a thumbs up if you feel that way inclined. And if you don't, have a nice day. Alright, see you later.